Virgo. Finally, right? Let me put the bell down. And let me put this piece of moldavite down. It's actually not making me sick anymore, you guys. It's very small. But it was the bigger one that I could choose. The name of your reading is called Lesser Matters because obviously you are Virgos, and everything that is matter can be observed and, understood, critiqued, analyzed, data entry, all that. And I also have some elements of your energy here in the reading, elements of Earth. And I have a little bit of the elements from the Leo reading because that helps you sort of transition into your energy. It's very early here in New York. It's probably 8:15, probably 5:15 in California. Um, so I have some roots here. I have like a potato. I have some purple, what is it? Brussels sprout. And then I also have sage. And I've got some stones here for you guys. Just to keep your energy present in the reading. I know that you need to feel a little bit more balanced now because we have the Virgo full moon coming up. It's actually a week from today. Get my pocket astrologer here. It's a week from today. Yeah. Basically the day after the sun goes into Pisces, which has been happening a lot lately. A lot of the degrees that we have been having our eclipses and our full moons and our new moons in have been critical degrees. So there are some very important, very potent energies that we've been dealing with recently, last year, even before that, but just in the current energy and the current years that have passed and that we're in now and we're going into, we're getting a very critical analysis of like where we are as people, right? Where we are as a society, what we are providing each other with, that's helpful, that's beneficial, because Virgo is a service, right? Virgo is a service-oriented sign, and they like to be very productive. They like consistency, routine consistency. And, you get to practice discipline through that routine consistency, which shows you what you're made of. It shows you what you're made of. And that's what Virgo really wants to do, wants to show you what you're made of. I think of it like this, right? For us to have become, humans on the planet and manifested in our physical being, regardless of whether or not you are religious or not, what your beliefs are. But it's taken billions of years for that. And that's a process, okay? That's something that you have no control over. It's actually quite magical, it's very beautiful, and it's so powerful. So now I'm going to get to pulling these cards. Actually, I was going to, not make the live reading public. I was going to make it private, and then I was just going to open it up afterwards. But we'll keep it where it is. So let me get some energies for Virgo. This is their full moon coming up in about a week. Pisces season is opposite them, so there's some things to think about in terms of how you feel. Where does your compassion lie? Are you being compassionate? Are you sacrificing parts of yourself that you probably shouldn't be sacrificing for other people? Because Pisces is sacrificial, right? And so is Virgo to a sense, but Virgo sacrifices its time, its effort, its energy, and its information. You know what I mean? Because Virgo really does get a lot out of being very helpful and providing people with, the best possible resources so they can really get the most out of their experience, because Virgo is about growth, oneself. If this keeps happening, y'all already know what the deal is. If this keeps happening, y'all know what the deal is, okay? So here we go. A card fell out and it's in reverse. I'm going to leave it where it is. And now I'm just going to lay the cards out that are out. This is some weird energy already, I can tell you, Virgo. I mean, you have a full moon coming up, so we are anticipating you guys probably having a culmination of feelings. There might be some closure, right? There might be some things being exposed that were hidden before. You might just be getting some things exposed to you through your downloads and through your dreams, right? That type of thing. Now, we're talking about some commitment issues here. You may have been committed to a job or a project that fell through, or you may have been committed to a person that, your relationship or what was starting to form out of the relationship sort of like just ended. There might have been some conflict, and the straw broke the camel's back, and that type of thing happened. Or you might just be experiencing a loss of a person that you may have been emotionally tied to kind of deeply, right? And then there's conflict there. There's the severity of this. It's like, what are you learning from this loss? What are you learning from this circumstance? What are you learning from what this institution of, love and feeling is teaching you, right? When you are committed to something, that means that you are attached to it. You may have a feeling that this thing may have an obligation to you as well, because this is fixed energy, and fixed signs sometimes that fixed energy feels an obligation, or they might feel obliged, or other people might be feeling obligatory energy from them, like they might be obligated to do something or to be some kind of way, right? Because it's fixed energy, because it's something that you probably didn't think was going to change, but it did, right? And you feel shitty about it. And that's okay. Oh my gosh. It's meant for you to transform. Now it's time for you to transform this energy, right? Realize that there's something better on the horizon. Just because something leaves your life doesn't mean that your life is over. Please, stop it. Virgo? Just because something ends and it didn't reach its pinnacle, it didn't reach the point where you wish it had gotten to, that doesn't mean that, it was for no reason. And, now all is lost. You can't move on from this. Let go of that need to control. This is Scorpio, but you definitely have a need to control circumstances, or the need to control how productive something goes, right? This could have been you offering something to someone, sort of get severed in some kind of way, and then you feeling at a loss, right? Like all of the passion and the soul that you put into something. Okay, it's understanding that you have to make a choice to get better, right? No one is going to actually drag you from this place. You're dragging yourself emotionally, but no one is going to drag you from this place of feeling hurt or feeling scorned by something. This could be that you were committed to something, and then somebody came in, and a third party came in and made that change for you. Thank you for this beautiful reading, much needed. I definitely need to let go of control. My good goddesses have been communicating. Yeah, let go of that control, honey. I'm Virgo. My Mars is in Virgo at 0 degrees, which is where this full moon is going to be. So I'm very interested to see what's going to happen. Okay, and my Venus is conjunct that too. So if you guys have any planets at 0 degrees of Virgo, or if any of you Virgos have anything at 0 degrees of Pisces, or if you have opposition between Virgo and Pisces, this sun in Pisces and this moon in Virgo is going to light that up for you. It's going to light it up for you. You've already been feeling it. That water energy. Okay, but this is just saying that you need to tap into your belief systems, your spirituality, what you know about you that isn't going to change. Fixed energy, right? I know you're mutable, but what you know about you that isn't going to change. Yes, you're so adaptable, so you just get involved with any changes that occur, right? And you want to stay in this place and you want to analyze it, right? You want to talk about how you were there for this person or this company, this work, or this family member, and then, something happens, right? And the ascendant card popped up at the beginning of the reading. I'm going to read it now, but then I'm going to go back to it once I've gotten through the energy of the reading. It's the 6 of Wands, which is Jupiter and Leo. So something isn't expanding. A sense of, pride has been lost. There's a sense of pride that is missing here. You don't feel good about what has happened, right? But you know that you can, once you come out of this place of resentment towards it, right? You definitely will be able to come out of it. We want to turn this card upside down. Celebrate parts of yourself that don't involve this negativity. It's going to be hard for you to do that, right? Because your pride has probably been shattered a little bit. These cups have spilleth over, honey, and you're looking at the remnants. You're looking at residue at this point because it's pretty much drying up. So all you're looking at is residue. You need to get a, right? Something to cleanse that muck up. You know, you're committed to the awareness of knowing what you have to offer and knowing that other people can celebrate what you have to offer. It's like you're giving back to them as they give to you. You know, and this is you learning from something. You may have felt like, you know, your ego may have been challenged in a way. You may have felt like that, you know, people may have been jealous of something, you know, that you had, or a way that you did things, or your creative sensibility, the fanfare behind what it is that you do. Cross-watching Virgo, I'm a Taurus, and he and I have had these things going on. He really needs to work on himself. Yeah, we all need to work on ourselves, honey. Everybody does. You know, it's funny because, and that's something that Scorpio teaches us too. This Five of Cups card here, and the fives are talking about commitment, institutions. This is also talking about things in terms of your family that may be affecting you now, and the way that you react and respond to things that hurt you negatively. Triggers. Definitely. Mars and Scorpio, this is an exalted position. So Mars is getting the best out of Scorpio. Shit is gonna happen. And there's some shit that's gonna happen that you won't be able to do anything about. But you can do something about you doing something about it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, so yeah, we want to turn this card upside down. Let's look at your sun position here, okay? Ooh! All right now, Virgo. I told you before this reading started that the energy was kind of crazy. All right. In the sun position, you got the Tower. It's Mars. This is talking about something occurring, something happening, something coming in and being destroyed, or something coming in and changing forever for you. You know, this could be some of you guys moving out, right? Deciding I'm going to move out. I'm moving out. I don't want to stay here with you anymore. That type of thing. Or this could be you being like, you know, there might have been a fight, right? Nothing to celebrate. Nothing to celebrate. This shit that happened that we couldn't do anything about, right? It was going to happen. Mars, the Tower. This is shocking. Some of you were shook by something. You're like, oh, I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. And this is kind of like the expansion of the commitment, like things getting too overwhelming within the commitment, and your awareness that you had to do something before. And this could be you choosing to do something about it. And you know you're going to do something based on your critical analysis. What makes sense to you? What's practical? It's not necessarily more logical, because sometimes the logical thing to do may not be in your favor, right? But the practical thing to do most of the time is going to be in your favor. Yeah? Anyway, this Mars position, this Tower, it's Scorpio energy. It's Aries energy. So some of you guys could be dealing with a Scorpio. That's opposite your energy. It's sextile you. So there are a lot of things that could work there, right? But then sometimes when that energy kind of is opposite itself, then, you know, we're dealing with that. And we're dealing with fixed energy here. We're dealing with two people that are set in their ways and aren't really willing to change. So something has to change something for them. That could be you, that could be spirit working through you, that could be the universe working through you. Sometimes people do things and they don't know why they're doing them, and it really is because the universe's will is at play, honey. You're like, I don't know why this happened. I didn't really want it to happen. It did. Blocked you. Honey, this Scorpio, yes, child. And those are secrets. You know, that's secret stuff. And this is Jupiter and Leo. So Jupiter and Leo is like, I ain't trying to keep no secrets. I'm open. But Five of Cups, it's almost like somebody had a secret and things got a little bit out of control. And then, you know, the shattering of the institution because of the secrets and because of the resentment and because of the fear and because of the inconsistency and because of all of these things, you're like, this is what we're made of. Like, why are we made of this? And if we're made of this, then we need to do something about it. Because this is not what I'm made of. Okay? Right. You got some fire energy in here. And you got fire and water, so that's conflict. That shit ain't mixing. You know, fire and water, oil and water. One's going to cancel the other one out, or one's going to, make the other one feel a little bit more dense, and the other one has to rise above. Oil and water, right? It's kind of like rising above the darkness, rising above the sludge, rising above the murkiness and the mud, right? You need more clarity. So once you stop looking at, all of this shit that spilled out, right? Contaminated, done. Now you need to turn around and look at what's clear to you, what you understand that is clear to you out of this experience that you've had to learn from that challenged your belief systems, challenged who you thought you were and all of the questions that you ever asked and everything that you ever thought that you knew. Could you guys like the video? I love you. So you got the Page of Wands in your moon position. Okay, the full moon is coming up in your sign. So there's going to be an opportunity to show what you're made of in some sense. This is a learning experience. So you're learning from all of this activity because you're going to have to choose to do something to evolve emotionally. Also, it's like this is a new experience for you. So you're going to have to be very tactful in how involved you become in your emotional process and in the cleansing. The pages have something to learn. And this is you learning by doing, right? And you're ruled by Saturn with this Page of Wands here. So it really is talking about the understanding of what you're going to get out of this experience that you're embarking on. The best parts of it. What are you learning? You have a high sense of, it's like your crown chakra. I don't know why I'm thinking of this, but it's almost like your crown chakra is calling for some inspiration. It's almost like you're trying to get like the divine to sort of like speak to you on a level where you can understand, you're open for it. And that is talking about this kind of energy too. Scorpio, very Plutonian, very spiritual because it talks about religion too. Or it just talks about, your beliefs, your how you worship, the divine and how you let them speak to you. This is you being like, I'm ready. I want to know what this is all for and I want to learn from it. I want to explore something. Some of you might just be exploring like by going out and doing things. The spring season is upon us. So, you're going to be getting out. You're going to be feeling better about this loss. Right now, you can't really go outside and do stuff because it's cold. You know what I mean? Those of you who are in warmer climates, go outside and experience things and let spirituality speak to you through nature. That type of thing. Okay? Because you are Virgo. Okay? I told y'all. So now let's look at your past position and your present, or past, present, and future, yeah. All right, work. I'm living, and I'll tell you why soon. So in the past, you have the Four of Cups, right? This is like you needing emotional security. This is you taking a look at something that exists, and seeing how fulfilling it is for you. How beneficial is it to your emotional experience? Is this providing you with something that you need that you're not getting from anywhere else? You were aware of this commitment and that you were feeling complacent within it and that you were feeling like something was missing, and whatever was being provided within that commitment probably wasn't enough for you, right? It wasn't enough for you. And you needed something else to bring more emotional awareness and more emotional stability and more emotional sensibilities, right? The fours have to do with the Emperor. And he is a leader. He is one that makes choices. He is one that doesn't allow himself to rule from his head. Well, he rules from head and he rules from heart. So sometimes those decisions are very hard to make. Sometimes it's very hard for you to make a decision to come out of this rut, right? The two cups that you have is 4 and 5, honey. 4 and 5 is 9. That's the Hermit. That's you. 9 is talking about going in, right? and seeing how have you been contributing to something, and how has something contributed to your experience within that circumstance, right? So it's kind of like, well, am I getting what I need out of this? Are they getting what they need out of this from me? Am I giving the best that I can give? I am. So then, like, there really isn't anything else except for us to like realize what's here that needs to be appreciated. Appreciation. Cancer moon definitely wants to be appreciated, because that's how you feed their soul, right? That's how you feed a Cancer soul. That's how you feed, this is opposite energy from you. So it's opposing you. Once again, water card, water card. You have cups here through the center of the reading, past, present, and future, dealing with cups, dealing with emotions, dealing with feelings, dealing with choices that you're making based on those emotions. How is it clouding your judgment? How are you not allowing yourself to move forward with some things because of the critical analysis, and how determined you are to figuring out why something is the way that it is? That's why this is called lesser matters, because sometimes some things don't really need all of your attention like that. You're exhausting yourself in places that don't need you. You know what I mean? Or you could just be exhausting yourself. And Mercury, your ruling planet, is now in Pisces, opposing your energy. So Mercury in Pisces is kind of like, Mercury is the planet of communication. It's fast and it's quick and it's emotionally detached from its experience. Pisces is completely attached emotionally to its experience, right? So it's saying that everything is affecting me because it is, and I'm feeling something. I can't ignore this. It's something that's real that you can't see. And just because I'm feeling it and I can tell doesn't make me crazy. So you're not crazy, Virgo. You're just experiencing a polarity, a polarizing energy that is different from yours, that's challenging you. It's making you feel like, wow, I really don't want to go in and deal with these emotions. I don't want to look at them, right? Because presently, it's making a choice to be committed to oneself. That's how you can move forward in life, by staying committed to yourself. And it's not in a sharky way. It's not in a way where you're like, I don't give a fuck about anybody, because you do give a fuck. You give too many. Okay? And I'm getting that some of y'all talk too much too. I don't know why I'm getting that, because there are no swords here. But this 7 is talking about confidence to move forward, right? No matter how challenging someone might be making you feel, or how challenging your evolution might be making you feel, right? It really is about acknowledging your sense of purpose, what your intentions are, and allowing that to be your vehicle to move forward, right? Because you are motivated, you are disciplined, but you can become unmotivated and undisciplined when you start to focus on stuff that is really just, needs to dissolve. It needs to go away, right? And if it doesn't go away, and if it's there, you're going to be looking at it like Virgo. Oh, look at the plants. It's here. Let's look at these leaves. It's green. Wait a minute. Is this thing dying? That type of thing. Oh, now you're going crazy. You know what I mean? Just leave it alone. Movement forward. You have fear of movement forward, because you don't know if you're going to make the right choice. Also, you understand that when you move forward, things are going to start happening that you can't control. And this is also a Scorpio card. But then it also is related to Cancer. But then it's Venus in Scorpio. Venus is talking about beauty, right? Don't take the beauty out of your experience, because you are allowing the ugliness to control you. And now we get to your immediate influence, the challenge. Is it what you want? This is your energy. That's what I was talking about. And the 5 of Cups and the 4 of Cups is related to this. Oh, and now we're going to add, that's 9 of Cups. Now we're going to add the 7 of Cups here. That is 16, so that goes back to being 7 again. And then you've got the 3 of Cups here, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 of Cups. That's Mars and Pisces. Okay, so this could be dealing with family issues, or it could be dealing with, a marriage or a family might be involved, or it might be like, well, Mars in Pisces that just says that you need to put some aggression and some energy into showing compassion towards yourself, right? Because you like Pisces shows more compassion to other signs than they do themselves. So even though they're very emotional, they can get lost in trying to help other people find their emotions. Or they might like how Pisces dissolves boundaries because the sun is there, is going to be there, and it's going to be opposing you. Okay, so we're talking about that energy that's very prevalent right now. Your full moon is coming up, so Pisces is very important to you. But that, they sacrifice parts of themselves just like you do. You sacrifice parts of your reality. They sacrifice parts of their subconscious being, right? They let people get into that place that no one else can kind of seep into. They let people get in there. They dissolve those boundaries. And for Virgo, you let people get too close, or you get too close to people. So then you start to realize things about them that you don't like, that you don't want, that you wish you could change, but really it's just a mirror because Venus, bam, 7, the mirror, the first opposing sign to Aries, Mars, in your reading is showing you that we're all mirrors, right? So when you start seeing stuff in other people, you're really seeing stuff in yourself. So then you got to go back and see, what does that mean? What is going on here? It's that type of thing, critical analysis. But we're not just talking about critical analysis. We're talking about you going in and seeing how things can become better and you learning how to adapt to the changes, learning how to flow. It's difficult for an earth sign to learn how to flow because it's not water, it's not air, and it's not attaching itself to things like fire. It just is. So that flow, it really makes you feel uncomfortable, right? Because you get very settled, Virgo, but you're mutable, so you can change things. That's why it's compartmentalizes and not decomposing, but deconstructing things. That's what you do. You deconstruct things and you put them back together, right? So you are kind of in a flow, but it's a flow that involves process planning. It can be very angular, right? And that's when it works very well. It's like how I can take all of these cards and put them in different places in this reading, but it will still look like the same spread. It would just be giving me different energies, and I would have to read the cards in different, so I have to adapt to it. This is very Virgo too, because you're adapting to the changes of the cards that are laying out, and you're reading those, and you're processing the information. Mercury, it's communication, communicating with spirit, with the divine. That's Pisces energy. Neptune. So that's what you're doing. You're communicating with the divine right now. Or you need to do that a little bit more, Virgo. Y'all are being destructive too, some of you. Not all of y'all, because some of y'all know that y'all need to keep shit together. But Virgo moon. Trying to be a little bit cautious. Be a little bit more cautious, okay, Virgo moons? That's all I'm going to say. Virgo moons, be a little bit more cautious. Okay, I'm going to read the future cards later, even though they're flipped. Now let me flip up a... I said y'all didn't have no swords. Now y'all got some. A couple. 3. All right, babies. So, you guys have anxieties about a person that might be now trying to show you compassion, right? Because we talked about the destruction. We talked about the resentment. We talked about jealousy. We talked about uncomfortable feelings, right? Now this person is trying to show you that you trying to be more calm. I'm sorry. They might be coming back with an apology. Hi, babe. So yeah, they're trying to show you some compassion again, and they're trying to come in with some kind of dignity, right? Some valor. That type of thing. And you might be not feeling this. This could be a new person, you know what I mean? Because I talked about destruction and changing of phases and things becoming new. You know what I mean? This could be a new person that you may not be trying to pay any attention to because you're still lost in that feeling, lost in those feelings of the past and what happened, probably with work or with the institution of a relationship that you may have been in, right? Or a part of yourself that you were committed to or that you thought was committed to your life that no longer is. This is other stuff trying to come in and then you not being really ready, being here for it. Because I relate the moon position to the anxieties position, and right now in this reading, this is what they look like. The page emotionally is trying to do other stuff. I want to see other things. I want to do other things. I'm working on something. I have a process going on right here, and I really don't want to be distracted. I want to kind of come in and offer you some compassion or something. Nope, I'm going over here. That's kind of like what I'm getting from this reading. You know, and you just might be having anxieties that it's not going to get better. You may be feeling like you don't know how it's going to get better. But it will. You know, this is fire and water as well. So you have a lot of like polarizing energy in your reading. Hold on one second. Sorry. I'm getting painted today by my friend Ryan. He is at this guy's makeup on Instagram if you guys like makeup and you want to follow him. He does like theatrical makeup, like Broadway and stuff like that. And he's also a Broadway performer. He's going to paint me today, and I'm going to post something on Instagram later, hopefully if he'll let me, and then you guys will see that. Anyway, let's get back to the reading. But even though that relates here, he is also right next to the Mars position, which is talking about change of focus, which is wonderful. You will need a change of focus once this Tower comes in, and this Five of Cups energy plays itself out, right? And you definitely will need focus from this Seven of Cups card here that's causing you to be a little bit stirred in your reality, right? In the mind, Venus. V and 2 eyes, 5 and 2, Taurus and Gemini energy. So it really is talking about transitioning. It really is talking about transitioning into something that's going to be more progressive and moving forward for you. The Sevens, I love it. I love this stuff. So, yeah, you guys are changing focus. There's some new truths that are coming out, too. Somebody might present you with the truth, or you just might present someone else with the truth. This might be a truth spoken, or this could just be like some spiritual enlightenment from this. And you're taking action based on the spiritual enlightenment that you're getting. And it's wonderful. I love that. This is what you need. And the moon is in your position, honey? Meaning the moon is going to be in Virgo and it's going to be full. So something is being illuminated for you that's causing you to change focus. And it might have something to do with the Pisces, right? Pisces or Scorpio or Cancer. You have all those water signs here in your reading. But the one that is the most prevalent is Scorpio. Although Pisces definitely is showing itself, for sure. And you have Mercury in your reading up here at the top, right? Because it's a 6. So that's kind of ruled by the Lovers. It's talking about, some harmony that may have been like dispersed, or, that has changed. We're not welcoming a sense of celebratory energy right now. We're not celebrating anything. We're not celebrating ourselves. We used to. We're not doing that. We're not speaking right now. Some of you are not speaking to someone, and this is them trying to come in and offer something, right? You have anxieties about that. I can't let you in, honey. And they want to talk. And you're like, I can't talk. I'm focused right now. Hey, I have Mercury and Mars in Virgo, and my Mars is in Virgo at 0 degrees, and that's where the full moon is. And I have not seen a Pisces person that I know, that I dated for a long ass time, over a decade. Have not seen them since Christmas. I don't know. Anyway, Virgo, that's my energy. My 2 sisters are Virgos. My grandparents are Virgos. They're my guys. They're they give me energy. The picture on this page, on this YouTube channel, was taken on my grandmother's birthday in Virgo season. I didn't even know it. Okay? 3 is my number. My grandfather, who is a Virgo as well, September 3rd. My uncle that passed, September 21st. My sister, September 21st. My aunt, September 8th. My sister, September 21st. It's crazy how much Virgo energy is in my life. And in me. Okay, so yeah, Ace of Swords. Wonderful opportunity for new things to begin, new truths. It's almost like you're entering a situation where it's going to be, honest from the beginning, from the start. This could be a start over. This could be somebody offering you to start over. I'm literally saying this. Now, if this is someone that is dating someone else and, there's like a love triangle thing going on because you have swords here, you have the ace, and then you have the 2. And that is 3. Okay? That's Libra energy, 3 of swords, Saturn in Libra. But we'll get to that soon because you have 2 of swords here, which is still Libra energy, the moon. Moon in Libra. But yeah, it's like this knight is coming forward with this cup. Clarity, truth, speaking, trying to start communication. Venus is here with the 2 of swords saying, I don't know, I need to make a choice that's really going to be best for me. You know what I mean? I'm trying to adapt to some changes that are going on, and I might have to adapt based on this decision that I make. And this decision right now is just going to be challenging anyway, because I know it's going to affect something, right? It's going to make something change. Something's going to evolve because the moon is here, bringing some instability to it. You might feel unstable, and you're making a decision based on this feeling of feeling the instability, right? And there's some unstable energy here. You're feeling emotionally unstable right now for some reason. And it could have to do with a relationship. It could have something to do with family, or it could have something to do with work. Or it could just have something to do with the way that you're feeling about some things that just really have to do with you as a person inside, internally. And we all do that, It's like when you can't call your best friend or talk to your best friend about something because you are the one that has to deal with that thing. That usually is not the case. You usually can call your best friend for anything, but sometimes we don't want to because we can't be codependent and reach out to somebody every time we need that spiritual advice. You gotta take it from the source that's giving it to you in the first place. At least that's what I think. All right, babies, it's not over. But yeah, you got to make a choice about something. It's going to affect you emotionally. It's going to be a little bit unstable of a feeling. But this is settled water, right? This is like shallow water behind her. So if she went into that water, she probably would be able to be okay. She's not going to drown there. This decision is not going to drown you, okay? It's not going to own you. You're owning your own decision. You're owning up to your own decisions. The decisions that you are making for yourself. I have to get out of here soon. So now let's look at these cards here. I'm going to shuffle and I'm going to pull out. Oh, at the bottom it says reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life for some of you. With this Knight of Cups here, going to this Ace of Swords. And then that goes into a Libra card being in the Venus position. Now, usually a card from this deck will pop out, and if that happens, that's going to be your card. But I shuffle 3 times every time. I do 3 shuffles 3 times, so that's kind of like 9. Y'all, if you want to know what this love thing is going to happen, you better stay with this reading, and then I haven't pulled the outcome card yet. And I haven't even talked about the future card, really. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits you. Forgive your parents for some of you. Now let me cut the deck. And then I'm just going to stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Stay optimistic, you guys. There's 5 of Cups here. I know. Okay, so now let me pull from the top. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Take it back. Take back control. Free yourself, okay? Free yourself by making this decision. It's gonna be hard. That's what Libra does. Libra makes the hard decisions. It's about opposition. Decision making is about opposition. Hello. We can't do anything about it, y'all. We're progression from you. Virgo. So you can't do anything about making this decision. You're gonna have to make it. So now let's look at your outcome. Wow. You got Neptune. You got the Hanged Man. You got Pisces. Always happening in your readings. Always. Right? Sacrificing something. Allowing yourself to embrace the vulnerabilities, right? Allowing the divine spirit to come in and influence you greatly when making your decisions and your choices. It's okay. You don't have to make a choice right now. You will know when it's time to come down and do that, right? If some of you are not making a decision, but you are escaping and using substances and drinking and doing things like that to kind of take you out of the energy of, what you feel like isn't working for you right now, stop it. Hey, baby. AJC, love you. You give me Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Sorry, I'm from Atlanta. But I was born in Mississippi, down there, okay? That's probably where all this is coming from. But this is Neptune. Neptune is dissolving boundaries by allowing things to come in and help it determine what it needs to do. It is also waiting for the right moment. Neptune is full of surprises, pretty much just as like Uranus is. Uranus and Neptune actually switched places at one point in the sky. This was billions of years ago. Yeah. So anything can happen with this Hangman card. It's 12, so it's a 3. It's talking about a need to express something, but at a later date. So you might be allowing this person to come in and show some compassion, or you may just sacrifice that. Your choice might be, no, I'm good. I'm just going to keep building on this decision that I've made to focus on me. And that's what I'm going to do. Or, they could be offering this thing. You could be saying, okay, let's talk about it. You guys talk about it. You relate to it. You realize that I still do want to sacrifice this relationship. I'm going to go ahead and let it go. That type of thing. Damn, something showed itself. Thank you, Spirit, because I know you're like, actually, okay. There might be someone else that comes along in the past, so you might find something that's going to be more beneficial for you, for sure. This is letting things happen, letting things flow naturally. This is beauty. This is Venus, but it's really Mercury, you know what I mean? But Venus is the love, is the goddess of love. So she's involved in this card, right? For sure. And the Lovers is Mercury. That's your ruling planet. This is Gemini energy. Adapting to the changes that occur within, the fabric of love and devotion. Right? You might become newly devoted to something. You might become newly devoted to your own routine, because this is a 6, and the 6th house is Virgo. That's you. That's Mercury as well, right? Mercury is in Pisces right now, which is where the sun will be, right? Opposing your energy, illuminating the moon, emotional evolution, coming to a completion, right? Understanding that now you're not going to block off the water from flowing in or flowing out. Because sometimes the water lives inside of us and it needs to flow out, right? It's like bodies of water are all connected, unless it's like, water that's just settled, like a pond or a lake. But some things feed into lakes, you know what I mean? So think about that. Water needs a place to go, and earth kind of like helps it go somewhere. Hills, valleys, streams, rocks, all that stuff. And water contributes to the vitality of earth. It feeds it. It nourishes it. Earth understands that it does need water. Because if it didn't, it would just be a drought. Nothing can survive without water here. And you can't survive without acknowledging your emotions and what they mean to you. Okay, Virgo, now let me pull this last card for you, soulmate card, and then I'm going to get ready to get my ass out of here. I love you. Thank you, Virgo angels. Some things are just not that important, Virgo. Some things are lesser matters. Like the Radiohead album that we're listening to. Not Radiohead. Do not quote me on that. It's the radio department, darling. I love them. Listen to some of their other albums. Clinging to a Scheme, Running Out of Love is amazing. Now here's your soulmate card, Virgo. That coincides with Free Yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. You are loved more than you consciously know. Right? Because we're conscious of what is here. Subconsciously is inside. Pisces, work cards. Share your insecurities with the one you love. You will be surprised and reassured by their reaction. Love is all around you. Libra is about sharing. This is an insecure feeling here. I have to choose something. I don't feel safe. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm blindfolded. Did you hear that? Love is all around you, honey. You will be surprised and reassured by their reaction. I just said that. Libra. Polarities. In, out, up, down. Mirrors. Black, white, orange, blue. See, I wasn't just gonna leave y'all with some black and white shit. Oh, wait, my head's black and white. But it has a little color in it. Damn. So yes, you are loved more than you consciously know. Share your insecurities with the one you love. You will be surprised and reassured by their reaction. Love is all around you. Your subconscious loves you. Because if it didn't, it wouldn't even be there for you to use as a resource or a tool. Right? That's why the magician has every element on his table. Play around. Okay? I told y'all. Drinking my water. And where's my fire? My candle. Right here. Love and respect your loved one's opinions, but remain grounded in your own truth. You are both wise and beautiful souls. Everyone has a piece of the truth. Work, Virgos. I'm living for you guys. Like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to get a reading from me in the New York City area, I am at Shanti Bookshop and Crystal Gallery on Sundays from noon until I don't know. It's at 230 East 14th Street between 2nd and 3rd Avenues in the Union Square area near NYU, East Village. Yes, I will leave some information in the description box if any of you would like to get a reading from me, a private reading, personal reading. And yeah, follow me on Instagram. I'm at NYC Kendrick. I'm at Kendrick NYC, and my food account is at The Tongue Pop. And also, of course, Providence Tarot. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, AJC. Y'all are fierce. All right, so I'm going to let y'all go. Your full moon is in a week, right? Think about what you're doing up until then. What are you completing? What cycles do you want to complete? See if you can tie those loose ends up. Okay? Completion of cycles. These could be cycles from a year ago. Could be from your Virgo new moon, 6 months ago. What were you doing then? What was happening? Who was in your life? Where were you? I know where I was. It is not where I am now. And where I was before then. Okay, let's not get into it. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.